think you keep yourself busy. You know how to keep yourself busy.
I do. And
You know how to create.
we're about to run the intro. I'm gonna run the intro. We can continue in just a moment. Here we go. Guys, guys, come on! I'm trying to start my show. Guys, no, come on, stop! All right, that's it. I'm starting the show.
Damn it.
Ugh. This show is not for kids. This show is about chaos and talking over coffee. So let's get going. Call me the DarkTranny. Welcome back on a Friday, savages. How y'all doing? Nice to be back. We've survived another day in Biden's America. Hallelujah. Let's take a look-see on over here. Let's see. Can I tab on over back to what we were listening to during the pre-show? We were listening to the Thursday night techno DJ stream from last night. Some guy from Maine. I'm going to drop that link into the chats. Good morning, good morning, good morning, savages. Let's see, who do we have joining us today in Jitsi? Everyone put your clothes on. I'm coming into Jitsi. Here we go. We've got Cowgirl, we've got Pitbull Doorbell, we've got Lady, and we've got the Gray Man. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I will let you know I have been up since about 2 o'clock this morning. Jumped into Raynoth's channel early on. I have been up ever since. And thanks to the wonderful savages in this production, I have woken up. So,
Yay!
let's get on with this. What do we want to do? Want to go through the news, or I think I'll go to some of these links which were supplied. Let's see. What are you guys trying to tell me this morning? Let's see. Philly deputy sheriff caught on camera illegally selling guns used by illegal alien in fatal school shooting report. What the fuck is this? Am I reading this correctly? Philly deputy sheriff caught on camera illegally selling guns used by. Okay, let's see what happened here. Federal law enforcement officials arrested 29-year-old Philadelphia Deputy Sheriff Samir Ahmad on Thursday after they caught him on video allegedly selling firearms that were used in a fatal shooting by an illegal alien to an FBI informant who posed as an illegal alien. What the hell is this? They better not use this as an anti-2A argument because Ahmad, who joined the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office in February 2018, was a sworn law enforcement officer when he allegedly sold the 2 handguns and ammunition to the confidential informant. The confidential informant paid Ahmad $3,000 for this is one of those racist mathematical story equations where you have to like find the difference and shit, but really that's not what this is. I was just trying to be flippant, but whatever. All right, and I shouldn't be because this is a serious topic. What is wrong with me? Okay, the confidential informant paid Ahmad $3,000 for the firearms and told him that he was illegally in the United States and that he could be deported if he was caught with the guns. You don't got to worry about none of that. Oh, really? They had to use that language, huh? Anyway, after the exchange, oh my gosh, is this quite a lengthy article? After the exchange, Ahmad was fired by Philadelphia Sheriff's Office and arrested by federal agents. Ahmad was charged with firearms trafficking and selling firearms to a person illegally in the United States. If convicted, he faces up to 15 years in prison. And then Fox 29 reported that both of the firearms that were sold to the confidential informant were found to have been used in the Roxborough shooting that killed a 14-year-old boy and injured 4 other teens. Did you guys hear anything about this story? Why isn't this like a hot topic in the news? Is this a hot topic in the news, anyone?
I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
It's on CNN though,
Oh, okay. It's in the Daily Wire too. Okay, so as alleged, Samir Ahmad abused his authority to the greatest extent possible. Well, I'd say so. All right, I think the rest of this article, I think just the premise of this article speaks for itself. At this time, I imagine that the court process has not been done, and fuck, that's not good. If let's see, Philly, so that's Philadelphia. Did they have defund the police in Philadelphia? I'm pretty sure they had defund the police in Philadelphia. Did they not?
I think that, yeah, it's all hell is broken loose in Philadelphia because I see those videos on Kingston, Philadelphia, where they're all just heroined out on the street all day long.
And aren't sheriffs supposed to be the ones who we can actually like count on versus typical police officers? Aren't the sheriffs supposed to be the ones we actually should be able to count on? Aren't they elected by the county? Pretty sure that sheriff elections, you elect your sheriff still, don't you?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
you
so are
do.
governors and presidents.
Interesting tea, I must say. So, let's see. Defund the police, as was extrapolated years ago when they started this bullshit movement of defunding the police, put the police in a situation where they were underfunded and understaffed, and now we have sheriffs. Well, we've had corruption is not new. I'm not going to act ignorant and think that corruption is new. What I am saying is that by defunding the police, perhaps they incentivize bad behavior. So, damn shame though, damn shame on this story. Oh, let's move on to the
I
next.
just feel like I don't know. Maybe they're trying. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. This justice system is broke. The government's broke. They're trying to break the family. The schools are broke. All of it's broke.
And why is it
It's
broke? Is it because, oh, I don't know, do we have too
and
many politics involved in our day to day living?
I would guess that somebody's not doing their job because when
And
I do my job, things are not broke.
and what do we have going on currently? Even in the schools, parents can't go and what do you call it? Guide the method in which their students are taught and such. This stuff's been going on for a while. We really, really, really need to reclaim our communities and get control of our neighborhoods again, because the government aspected agencies, which were promising to keep people safe and provide, are not doing it. With all these social programs and shit, it's like you'd think that we'd be like, peachy keen and everything would be rosy. It's not, which means that the programs aren't working. And we used to have situations which did work out, and it was when the community had much more involvement in directing how the communities were developed. And right now, I believe that we are seeing the results of handing over our responsibility as citizens to a handful of individuals who are supposed to represent us and clearly are not representing us.
Y- And you know what's crazy? I was just gonna say last night on Acts, Pastor Shadley was saying that we can go in and check out the churches and see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And if they're not, we can turn some tables. I don't have the guts to do that, but I can see how this is the prime time for those who want to um, do that sort of thing, get in there. That's where you start, is at your church, because there's really the gatekeepers there are more fluid than anywhere else. Besides being in your own home and making the changes in your home, it's harder for us to make the changes within the legal system, within the government, and within the schools. But also being on the school boards is another way to break into the schools and get your crap done. So those are the two probably easiest ways for us to get in to change things.
I want
And
to
then you
say
have
something about that.
a group of people. But also, what I want to say on Acts Truth, a lot of people were giving you the ups and are behind you and love you and are sending prayers your way. And yeah, we appreciate you putting your story out. Like there was a lot of people last night that were I probably probably everybody that was there was definitely had you in their prayers.
I caught a portion of that, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
I just want to let you know that we are loving you and we are sending God's love.
well, thank you. Thank you. Currently, we are looking at a clip from Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia, provided by Caffeinated Keck. Caffeinated Keck, thank you very much. What I'm looking at is exactly, well, not exactly, but it's much like what I see in downtown Minneapolis when Bruce and I go drive through downtown Minneapolis. Shit is in decay, and that's a damn shame. I'm not sharing this through my shared tab. I'm so sorry, but yeah, not looking good. X Truth actually might be showing up one of these mornings. He's trying to readjust his sleep schedule, so maybe in the future, X Truth will actually be joining us.
It's hard to be a morning person when you're a night person, and it's hard to be a night person when you're a morning person.
And that is for sure. All right, so another story which was provided. FBI background check blocked gun sale to St. Louis shooter. Okay, so this means that the background check worked, I imagine. But let's see what happened here. The gunman who killed 2 people and wounded several others in a school shooting in St. Louis, Missouri on Monday was flagged by an FBI background check, but was still able to purchase the. Why is it always an AR 15 style rifle? He used in an attack from a private seller. Oh, okay. And then that's it? Do I not know how to read these articles correctly? Is that it? Is that the whole article? All right, well then I hope that that private seller. Yeah, I mean, I've never bought from a private seller. Is that normal? Do you have to do a background check when you're buying from a private seller?
Yeah.
Do you? All right, well then that private seller fucked up.
Hey,
And
Kevin,
pardon me?
being from Missouri, I know a little bit about these laws, and person to person sales do not have to have any background check.
They do not.
No.
Okay, and this was in St. Louis, which is in Missouri.
Yes.
All right, well then, apparently the seller is off the hook, but the buyer is probably going, well, I mean, hello, killed 2 people and wounded several others.
Missouri has the death penalty.
Well, there we go. Let's see how that one turns out. We'll probably get more news on that later unless it didn't fit the narrative, in which case we won't hear shit about it.
If I hear anything, I'll keep you all posted since I'm here
Thank you.
checking out.
Thank you. All right, next story is coming from the Gateway Pundit. On October 27th, high school physical education teacher and father of 6 put on disciplinary leave for not allowing 14-year-old girl into boys' locker room. Why? Okay. And my question is, why would they put him on administrative leave? Oh, man, we can't let this continue. Oh, okay. Cody Hiller.
Not to knock you off course, but I just provided in the Odysee chat some more details, or another story with more details about that gun sale deal.
Okay, let me go back to that one then. All right, so. Oh, there's more. Thank you. All right, so the 19-year-old gunman who forced his way into St. Louis school and killed 2 people purchased the. I thought schools were locked during the day now, which is terrible. Considering when I was younger, they never had to lock the doors on schools. But
Oh my God! Speaking of schools, they just put this. They wrapped all the fences with this green stuff. They didn't put the green slats in between. It's like a. I don't even want to know what it is. It looks like plastic to me. I don't know what. It looks like grass. Like they put grass over the every fence. All of them. All of them.
really,
So now, yeah. So I think you can see like if somebody's over there, like you could see the target. You just can't see who the target is. So I'm not really sure the purpose of that. I don't like it because schools are supposed to be a place where you can go walk in and see your kid, what's happening with your kid. This is some messed up crap. It's just part more of the Zimbardo prison experiment. It's I don't know. Go ahead anyway. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right. The suspect tried to buy a firearm from a licensed dealer in nearby St. Charles, Missouri on October 8th, St. Louis police said in a news release Thursday evening. An FBI background check successfully blocked the sale, which, that's what that's there for. Police said, although it's not saying why it was blocked, like what were the conditions? Maybe we'll get into that later. Police said, though they didn't say why. Oh, there we go. Next sentence. Hello. Read a little bit. A message seeking comment wasn't immediately returned. The gunman then bought the rifle used in the school shooting on Monday at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School. Really? From a private seller who had purchased it legally in 2020, police said. Federal law doesn't require private gun sellers to make background checks, so millions of guns are sold without them. The gun violence bill that President Biden signed in June expanded background check requirements to some private sellers by narrowing the language of who is considered a gun dealer to include people who sell firearms, to predominantly earn a profit. It is not clear if the new law applied to the seller in the St. Louis case. Well, I suppose if this person's a low volume or one-off seller, it wouldn't apply. Police noted in the release that Missouri does not have a red flag law aimed at keeping firearms away from people who may be a danger to themselves or others. As a result, police did not have clear authority. My word, there's a bald eagle outside my window. Oh. Okay. As a result, police did not have clear authority to temporarily seize the rifle when they responded to the suspect's home when called by the suspect's mother in October 15th, 2022. Police on Wednesday said the suspect's mother called police on the evening of October 15th after she found a gun and wanted it removed. The statement said someone known to the family was contacted and took possession of it. Somehow he got the gun back. How that happened is under investigation. Oh, I can imagine. There was a lot of cussing, swearing, and kicking and fussing. And then he goes off and commits a crime at a school? Really? What is up with that? Why so many? I mean, I don't expect an answer, but I'm just asking. It's like, what is up with these school shootings? It just reeks of cowardice and I mean, are banks no longer robbed? I mean, you think in this day and age, you'd think that there would be more holdups at banks. I mean, what's the point of going in and killing a bunch of kids? That makes no sense to me. I mean, it never would. Going to a bank, on the other hand, it's like, where are the, I mean, there are crimes happening, but we're just not hearing about them. It's like we're not hearing about, like, crimes that are happening in our communities. We're only hearing about certain kinds of crimes happening in our communities. They tend to be the crimes which most tug at the heartstrings. It's a sad, sad state of affairs. All right, let's see. A little drink.
I think part of the reason they're going after the school shooting thing is they're attacking children. And what do most adults value most?
Well, the children. The
And
offspring.
they think that we're going to be willing to give up what we use to protect our children to protect our children.
You
They're
know, they
retarded.
think that we're gonna give up the defenses which are guaranteed to us in the Constitution and stop. Let's consider. Somebody put a meme in earlier, and it's like, what did it say? Something about like you're not allowed to discipline your children, but you're allowed to castrate your son, or something to that effect. It's like in this instance, it's like the same government telling you to put down your arms and to not defend yourself is the same government which, according to what I saw recently with that whole Dylan Mulvaney at the White House thing, is the same government which is saying castrate your kids and put them on like drugs and what is the other thing? It's the interference of the parental units and family when it comes to children and their education and such. It's like they're really using a lot of emotional stimulus to really get people imbalanced and
That's
then
the point.
Well,
Emotional manipulation.
and the point of this is to bring that kind of shit to people's frontal consciousness to, point out, yeah, you're being emotionally manipulated. So now that we understand that we're being emotionally manipulated, we can understand that we don't have to be emotionally manipulated, and we don't have to. I think what they're trying to do, I think they're trying to emotionally vapor lock us and tire us out and just get us so fucking exhausted with emotional trauma that we just give up. I'm not about to like give up. It's like no, 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 no. It's like shit's gotten way too real, and absolutely, absolutely not. This is no, no. If anything, this is time to stand up, not sit down. That's for damn sure. And sure as hell, not put our defenses down. Hell no, we're being attacked. That's crazy. Enemy comes onto the battlefield and says to the people, "Put down your weapons so we can fuck you up." It's like that's stupid. That is stupid. All right. So,
It's interesting
Morning,
about
Fred.
the
morning.
language with talking about the primary motivation being a profit. I mean, who sets out to
Might
sell
be a-
something at a loss?
What's the
Might be a
question?
little bit late today, boys.
Hey, 45.
Had to drive the older girls to school today because the school bus wrecked or something. I don't know. It's raining pretty hard here, so
Oh,
Well, thank God it wrecked when you kids weren't in it.
right.
yeah.
There were some other kids in it.
Yeah, there weren't any kids in it when it crashed. It crashed like before it picked anybody up. So
Thank God. I hope the bus driver's okay and anybody involved.
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure
So-
they are.
The question on the primary of what were you saying?
Well, you said about them changing the language of the law to include people who were selling as primary motivation being the profit. Who
Right.
sets out to sell anything at a loss?
Well, that's just it. It's a case by case scenario on this thing, and it's like we don't know. Was he actually selling for profit, or was he looking to break even, or like what have you? It's like we don't know. So until we find out, it's like so where do we go with that story? So
I don't know. I think I was still on the high school shooter thing, though. My mind was got lost.
there is it's just a lot of emotional damage they're trying to inflict
Yeah.
on us. I mean, do we ever hear about school shootings in Europe? Do we ever hear about school shootings anywhere else in the world?
I don't know, but I think that there was one DoorDasher that was walking up to that school when stuff was going down. So someone was getting food ordered to them, uh, and it didn't look like anything. Like there was no loud noises. There was nothing really like going on. I don't know, but that was just the moment that he walked. Like he was like he realized like there was a shooting there, St. Louis, right?
St. Louis, that was one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Were all these
Yeah.
stories related to that one location?
I don't know, but this other guy that got in trouble for letting the or not letting the girl in the thing, was he a Muslim? I couldn't tell because the Muslims are not going to put up with that shit. The women and the men are separated. Just it's not never going to happen. So no, he's not Muslim. He
Well,
just has a baseball cap
and
on. He has a baseball cap on.
when a Muslim can't wear a baseball cap?
Yeah, but for some reason I don't know what I thought he had on his head. I don't know.
A la baseball.
A
My
la
eyes.
baseball.
I don't know where I got Muslim from, but I was for me in my head, I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. They don't even look at naked people. First of all, that's a sin
Bullshit.
for them.
Bullshit, they don't look at
Well,
naked people.
I'm talking about the religious ones.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm not talking about the warmongers and the pedophiles and that shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the women who are controlled. Who
Did
don't
anybody
go-
notice about that school shooting that it took the police 15 minutes to get to the school in St. Louis, and that police department's only like 3 minutes away from the school?
I didn't notice that, and I didn't hear anything else about like not like Uvalde where it was like a huge ass production and shit. It's like,
Mm,
why
We
don't we
know why,
have more
though.
information? Because with Ivaldi, it was like, they were like, boom, boom, boom. It was like 24/7 coverage and everything. It's like, with this one, there's like almost nothing.
One was
It don't
real and
fit the
one was
narrative.
fake.
What's up, Callie?
And the one was a setup. One was set up with the cameras there and ready to go, and the other one didn't have cameras set up. So
Man, yeah, it's meant to tire us out. It's meant to distract people. It's meant to take the focus off of the people who are responsible, and the people who should be responsible are the members of the community. They need to take control of their communities. We all need to take controls of our communities again, because the people who have taken control can't manage it. It's they're insufficient with their ability to do any of the promises, whether it comes to protection or supplementation or any of this stuff, particularly in, and I hate to say it, but it's just fucking true. It's the new liberal aspected communities which are fucked the most. I mean, St. Louis, Missouri. Which way is it leaning right now? What are they like? Are they completely under like?
They're so far left, they're communist.
Okay, so that's a testimony right there. Is it true? I don't know, but I'm gonna take this person's word for it. It's like, and we can look that up later. You live in St. Louis, correct? Are you still there?
No, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri.
Are you close enough to St.? I don't know the
Yeah,
distance. Okay.
I'm about 3.5 hours from there.
All right. Well,
And it's a totally different world
I
from
can
here to
say,
there.
if it's anything like Minneapolis to where I live now, I can say that I also notice a difference. Where I live right now, it's very conservative, and the bullshit that occurs in places like Minneapolis does not occur out here.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's something definitely with a cultural shift, and it seems to attract a lot of crime. All right,
Hmm.
so I want to take a look at the rain over here. That is quite a bit of rain. Don't hydroplane 45. Stay safe.
Hello.
Hello. Learn something about
um,
45. That man
I love
hates
the rain.
that man hates Killeen, Texas with a passion. Learned that last week, or maybe earlier this week. All right,
Say
so
what?
I said you hate Killeen with a passion.
Yeah, I think clean itself.
Wait a minute. How the hell are you on the road right now when your show is coming up?
I
Uh-oh.
said I'm probably going to be a little late. Probably not, though. I'm already almost home.
Okay. Okay. Well, stay safe. All right. So, on
Hello.
this story about this high school physical education teacher being put on an administrative leave or what have you, or disciplinary leave, this man's being punished for not allowing a 14-year-old girl into the boys' locker room. Cody Hiller is a physical education teacher at a high school in southern Illinois, north of Marion. Last week, he was suspended for refusing to follow orders. Oh, good Lord. Maine, where are you? Earlier, Maine was asking something about, like, what's up with all the Nazi talk and everything like that. That whole Kanye West Nazi Adidas bullshit going on right now in social media. Let me see if I can, like, just pull up CNN right now before we get back to this story. Oh, did they remove it? Did they remove the whole fucking segment? There was a whole, like, over here in the spotlight, it was a Kanye spotlight. It was like everything about like Kanye and like Nazis and all that shit. Like right in this little segment right here where Tom Brady is now residing for some reason. Um, Nazis? We have them, they want to talk about Nazis in Germany from the past and such. We've got Nazis in our country right now, today, doing this shit. It's like, look at how this is written out. Suspended for refusing to follow orders to allow a girl to change clothes in the boys' locker room. I think about it. Let's think about this logically. Pubescent males, pubescent female. locker room. How does that play out?
I know how it would have played out back when I was in high school.
I know how it would have played out in my high school as well, because we don't, oh my gosh. That's why we kept them separate.
Yeah, as a girl, we like would giggle as we'd run by the boys' locker room. You didn't want to get pulled into the boys' locker room.
No, it was a game. It was actually a fucking game to pull someone of the opposite sex into your locker room. And it wasn't done to, empower an individual. It was done because, well, it was innocently fun for most. However, there were a few children who had been like, a little of their innocence had been removed, and they looked at this completely differently. I would never blend females and males together. Ugh. And then he does the right thing. This Cody fella does the right thing and gets punished for it. And earlier, Maine was asking about, like, are there, do we have Nazis? I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was about Nazis and Kanye and stuff, I think. Yeah, we've got Nazis here today in America, right now, who we should be concerned with. Fuck this, fuck the social media talking about Adidas and a sensationalist like Kanye. It's like, I don't know where Kanye is on his journey right now. I hope he's doing well. If he's like finding God, I hope that that's the case. I don't know.
Kanye's about to buy Skechers
Okay,
shoes company.
so Kanye's about to buy Skechers. I don't know where that falls in, but it's like, I know
And
this.
he owns Parlor.
And he owns Parlor. Okay.
And
So,
do you read the post on Twitter? I think it was. If you join Parlor, you get the free N-word pass.
no.
He posted that.
Lord. Oh, yay, permission. Yeah, that sounds like freedom of speech right there. You get permission. Whatever. We've got Nazis. We've already
He was
got
saying
Nazis.
you're allowed to use the word on his platform without being punished, is what he was saying.
It just seems like he's trying to be American. He's trying to be MAGA. He's trying to cut his ties with some companies, even though they're the ones that are saying they're cutting the ties. I don't really know. I don't follow Kanye, but it's interesting. Let's see how it progresses.
Yeah, we'll see how it progresses.
Fun
I'll
fact.
just say,
Adidas is a German company.
Yeah, it's a German company, and Adidas, the shoe manufacturing, didn't start manufacturing shoes until after World War II. It just so happens that it's owned by some brothers, apparently, who may have been affiliated with Nazi behavior. They want to focus on that shit, and it's like, we have Nazis today in our country doing this shit and a lot of other shit. But let's continue. So last week, Mr. Cody Hiller, a physical education teacher for 14 years at West Frankfort, and he had tenure. At a West Frankfort high school in Illinois, refused to follow orders and let a girl into the boys' locker room. Mr. Hiller was removed and put on disciplinary leave. In which West Frankfort, I don't even know what kind of culture they have going on in like West Frankfort. I mean, okay, next story. I don't think I need to read much more of this. Oh, well, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to read it. At this point, I was not happy with what was going on, and my wife went to the school and signed him out. I called Duncan to discuss the situation. After 33 minutes of conversation, nothing was resolved. This sounds like a parent going into the school. I asked him how it was legal to have an 18-year-old boy with his wiener out in front of a 14-year-old girl. These were not the same age. We're not talking about 14-year-old boys. We're talking about an adult. Oh, good Lord. And they put this guy in administrative leave? Fuck that.
Someone needs to buy that man a case of beer.
Buy him a case of beer and a pack of Marlboros and he's a physical education teacher, but even
Can I just say one thing about age?
What?
So in the education system, you're not considered adult until your 19th birthday. Your whole 18th birthday, you're still considered a child and under protection of the law for some things.
Well,
I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna say
It
this.
is for the purpose of being educated, because not all kids. Some kids turn 18 early in the year, and some kids
Yeah.
so they will be 18 throughout their senior year.
I got held back in 8th grade, so I was 18 my senior year, and they treated me like an adult. I could sign myself out of school whenever the fuck I wanted.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm just saying for the purposes of being the 18-year-old being on the school ground, and even if you're disabled, you could actually even be up to 22 years old and still be in high school.
I
But yeah,
got.
I'm not saying you didn't have rights as an 18
Yeah,
to do things that
but if
the
I
17-year-old.
committed a crime. Well, what I'm saying is, if I committed a crime on campus, I was charged as an adult. So
Yeah, that I
I don't
see.
know.
That I see. No, absolutely. I see that. But him, yeah, it's
Well,
crazy though, because there's that gray line where an 18-year-old is with 12-year-olds on the same campus, or
I'm not
13-year-olds.
even looking at the legalities of it. I'm looking at strictly from a biological standpoint of development. It's like, regardless of whether he's considered an adult or not, he's 18. There were kids in my 8th grade class who were well into puberty at around the age of, like, 14, 15. It's like the females were developing and putting on their secondary sexual um, expressions. The boys were becoming men in the 8th grade. It's like by biological function, and this guy gets punished for not wanting a young female to be in the presence of older male. That's not a this person should not be punished.
Not
That's
at all.
that's ridiculous. And what is this? I don't dox. And I just want to say, what is it? West Frankfort High School, just saying, in Illinois. I mean, just saying. Shit. I might be sending them a letter later. Okay, because I do send letters to schools when I see bullshit. It's
If
like I ask them.
if you do get the email address, will you share it with everybody so we can all respond,
Like I said, I
please?
don't
She
dox.
don't dox.
I don't dox.
So we got to look it up ourselves then. Okay, that's fine.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
MBB just dropped it interestingly.
Oh, okay, let's take a look. See, is 45 home safely yet? I don't hear his truck. I'm gonna take a peek. Oh, he's not there anymore. He must be walking in. And Kidsville, thank you for the compliment earlier. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, good
Not a
lord,
problem.
this guy again.
Drunk and disorderly? No, I'm just kidding.
Nancy. I was wondering how she hasn't turned to dust by now. But oh, pardon me.
They,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's up?
They beat him. Oh,
Well,
go tell the story.
wow, guys, way to break the tension. Here we go. Break.
Was it Dark Naga?
I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, Nancy Pelosi's home broken into early this morning in San Francisco. Paul Pelosi violently beaten, taken to the hospital. Update: suspect in custody. Oh, that's not good. I don't like it. I don't. I know that they're like assholes and stuff like that, but I don't ever cheer when someone gets beat, because getting beat hurts. I mean, it's like, if he's an old dude, he's just a drunk. It's like they beat him. Anyway, early Friday morning, and, maybe a money launderer and maybe all that other stuff. Yes, 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 yes. Still, from a humanitarian point, that sucks. Okay, early Friday morning, Nancy Pelosi's home in San Francisco was broken into. Her husband, Paul Pelosi, was violently assaulted. Paul Pelosi was taken to the hospital. The attack is under investigation. Earlier this year, Paul Pelosi was arrested for driving drunk in California. I wonder, did Paul Pelosi hit someone? Didn't he hit someone that night? I wonder if this
I
wasn't
don't
some sort of
recall.
revenge beating. Okay, so early this morning, and conspiracy me that. It's just a feeling. It might be intuition, and sometimes my intuition is correct. So I'm thinking maybe revenge beating. Early this morning, an assailant broke into the Pelosi residence in San Francisco and violently assaulted Mr. Pelosi. The assailant is in custody, and the motivation of the attack is under investigation. Mr. Pelosi was taken to the hospital where he's receiving excellent medical care and is expected to make a full recovery. Well, he's expected to make a full recovery. All right. So he wasn't beaten. I mean, granted, again, I'm not trying to minimize. Beating someone is, especially an elderly person, that's pretty fucking heinous. He wasn't beaten within an inch of his life. He's going to recover. Wow. I wonder what
I
Nancy's going to
don't
be talking about today.
I don't like the people, but I agree he didn't deserve it because one, he's older, and we've got enough violence in this country right now.
Yeah, we've got to wait.
Mm,
I'm not giving the Pelosi's any pity. I'm not giving them any quarter. It's
My
just,
gut feeling is it's a publicity stunt. So they
oh,
paid somebody,
goodness.
maybe. I don't know.
I
That's
never
just my
thought of
gut
that.
feeling.
That's a pretty good one because we're looking for a false flag coming up real quick.
But oh my lord, and oh my lord, it's not outside of reasonable. It's not outside of reason to think that they would pull such a publicity stunt. If they have done worse, they have done much worse.
Because
Oh my gosh.
they know we're gonna feel bad for them.
I
They
don't
know.
though.
But a lot of people are gonna be happy about
Oh,
him.
well,
Just the news of it, they're gonna feel like, oh yeah, that dude got what he deserved. You know,
I'm
those
not.
people.
No. Oh my gosh, no, I would never be happy that he got
Not
beat.
you, not you.
But I'm just saying, when you're saying like people and stuff like that, it's like who would possibly be like happy about that?
Californians, some of them that can't stand him. You know, people that live
Oh,
near. I mean, I'm just saying, there's people that walk out there. You know, there's people that walk out there with utter hate in their heart and contempt for people.
and let's see, Lady Ninja says MAGA will definitely be blamed. Man, oh
Yeah,
what? Oh wait, somebody just mentioned something up here. Let me look at this because somebody mentioned something here.
I feel
Just
that
remember
too.
your.
That they're gonna
Oh my
blame MAGA.
gosh. MBB. Oh my gosh. I will never forget the 2 minutes to midnight social experiment. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. So we're going to find out more about the Pelosi drama later. I'm sure it's going to be all over the news, covering up the school shooting. I mean, it could be a distraction, but what the fuck? That's one hell of a way to distract people. Okay, so Katie Hobbs owes Carrie Lake a huge apology after Phoenix police identify man who broke into Hobbs' campaign office. Oh, he looks nice. Kind of looks like a Fed boy, a little bit. Okay, definitely needs to do more. Okay, why am I doing this? Yes, you need to do more leg day and maybe some arm day, but who am I to talk right now? Anyway, Phoenix police identified the man who allegedly broke into Katie Hobbs' campaign office this week. Katie Hobbs isn't even campaigning. Has she showed up to any campaigns? Isn't Carrie Lake like always like tapping her foot waiting for Katie Hobbs to appear? And Katie Hobbs like isn't Katie Hobbs the one who like ran away from some dude and like spilled her drink? Am I thinking of the right Katie Hobbs?
I don't know, but I remember that girl running away.
Yes, you're correct. She refuses to debate her because she thinks debates are not part of the democracy or anything of what we do in our politics.
So who's paying the rent
She's
for this fucking campaign office that she's not utilizing properly?
all the leftards that donate to her fund.
Hey, people on the left, wake up and get the fuck off the plantation. You're paying for shit that's not being used. Stop it. Get help. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what this tabby goes over to Twitter. And what are we talking about over here? Well, is that a video? I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. An arrest has been made regarding a commercial burglary that occurred near Virginia Avenue and Central Avenue on October 25th. On my birthday? Really? And on Truth Sanity. Truth Sanity shares a birthday with me. Just saying. In case you know Truth Sanity and haven't wished him a happy belated birthday. Just saying. More information will be released later today. Well, thank you very much, Phoenix Police, for providing a Twitter link which goes nowhere. Wasting my carpal tunnel. Ugh. Let's see. So, what happened with this dude? What, he just like broke in? Now, who supplied this story? Because you guys supplied this story, and I don't understand. What am I looking for here? The man, Daniel Mota dos Reis, 36, was already in jail. He was first arrested Wednesday morning for a separate commercial burglary. Okay, so he's a habitual burglar. So let's see. The break-in at Hobbs' office was reported to. Why? Why would this person break into Katie Hobbs' office? An officer saw images of Mota on the news on Wednesday night and recognized him from a prior incident. He was booked for suspicion of third-degree burglary. It isn't clear what was taken from the campaign office, but Mota had a backpack with tools used for burglaries along with a new camera when he was first arrested Wednesday. Why? Who is he? Why does he have a camera? What is all the tools all about? And what was the point of going and breaking into Katie Hobbs' office? What the hell was in Katie's Hobbs' office? Was there?
Maybe he made a deal and he's a Fed boy glowy.
Well, that's what I was saying when I first looked at him. I'm like, you look pretty nice for a. I mean, where's the backpack? Where are his break-in tools? Is this the backpack? Is that strap? Oh, he is wearing straps. It's a pretty small little backpack. It's like you don't look like you're going to go and rob a place. Where's your face mask? Where's all? I mean, if I were gonna go burgle a place, I would not be exposing so much skin to identify myself. I'd be a little more covered up in the face. Something reeks of bullshit in this whole image right here. That
He
reeks of
looks pretty
bullshit.
young.
Pardon me?
He looks pretty young. It just looks like maybe they sent him in to try to get something, or maybe he just is looking for the cash box. Who knows?
Who knows? This guy, it's so, oh my gosh, maybe he's just like so young and so naive, kind of like my stepson going and putting his crimes on Instagram. It's like maybe kids today, and not all kids, mind you, because we do have base kids out there, but maybe certain kids are just so stupid. Or maybe it's because, are the laws really lax out in Arizona? Can you just go and like rob places? And good morning, Feisty. Um, can you just rob places with impunity now in Arizona?
I don't know.
Maybe they don't punish robbery. Maybe you don't have to, like, conceal your identity and shit. If I lived in Arizona, I'd probably know more. All right, let's see where we are. We're at 8:47. That means in about 3 minutes we're getting our
So
warning.
speaking of robbery, I just want to say one thing that they're doing over here, and it's not an old scam, but they're following people with their jewelry and then robbing them at home.
I've heard
Like,
about that. Is that happening in
yeah,
California right now?
yeah, they caught a couple. I believe they were Middle Eastern. It was reported. But yeah, yeah. So you can't. I don't know. I don't have any jewelry to wear out really. So
Oh, goodness gracious. That's why I tell my kids, I was like, never display your wealth. It's like, especially now in Minneapolis, I'm like, I've told them that for years though. For like, what has it been? A decade. I have like told them from a very young age, never display your wealth. Of course, they haven't listened, and of course, my stepson has been robbed. So whatever, what, I get no video? All right, there's the video. Let's take a look at what this man has to say, because I haven't seen this yet.
Driver of food prices is not, and by the way, the food prices, the main driver of food prices is not the price of beef and eggs, etc., although they're up. It's packaged goods. Packaged goods. You're going to see people not buying Kellogg's Raisin Bran, which you're going to see them buy another Raisin Bran, which would be $1 cheaper. I mean, so what's happening is there is real movement.
Yeah, bowel movement. You're buying all that off-brand Raisin Bran, you old man. You need some Depends? You can get some off-brand Depends. You don't need to be wearing all that, sir. If you are representing a country in decline, maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't get to have tailored suits anymore as a representative of our country. Maybe you get to dress the part of, oh, I don't know, let's say, what should we dress Biden in? to
a
represent.
nursing gown and a senior citizen's home.
Thank you, and maybe give him a leaky colostomy bag to go with that outfit. Some accessories could include a bent catheter, and I'm talking. I
You're
want that
wrong.
catheter bent.
A bent catheter.
I want that fucking catheter bent up like a swizzle straw. You know, one of those fun straws you might have had when you were a kid, where it like loops around and shit. It's,
I can picture it, and I can feel the pain. Stop, please.
all
Well,
right, I
thank you
will
for
stop.
that mental image.
I will.
But they want you buying the cheap stuff that's packed with the chemicals and the GMOs and the cricket flour.
All right, Biden, you
Eating the
first.
buds.
You wanna call yourself a leader, Biden? You first. You move on. You downsize. You go get yourself a tiny home. Get yourself a tiny little White House. And I want to see you living in a one room. I want to see you with a mini fridge. You first, Biden. It's like all that property you own. Reduce yourself.
He does live in one room. It's his basement. He hides in all the time.
That basement has a nice studio. I don't know if you've seen where they've been filming, but that basement actually has some very nice accoutrements. So,
Yes, I do agree.
ugh.
But he's still hiding in one room. If I had a one room like that, I'd be in heaven.
Could you imagine? And we are going to be closing up in a few minutes because we do have 45-1 Actual's Big Dick Energy Brigade radio show coming up after this show. But could you imagine being the quote unquote leader of the free world and telling the citizenry this shit? And then what? Is he gonna go fly back to where does he fly to? Where does he go? And like he doesn't like, you know, he can't have like, you know, a home close to the office in Washington DC. No. He needs to go and fly. You know, oh, we have a climate crisis. Oh, we have an energy crisis. Oh, we have a resource crisis and all that. But because of his position, you know, because he's a leader and such, as he thinks, he sets a piss poor example for conservation while telling everyone else to trim back, trim back, trim back. Tell me this asshole's not going to have some sort of party in the next 2 weeks. He can afford to fly some transvestite out to the White House to sit with biological women and talk about LGBTQIA Skittles alphabet group issues while going and promoting that parents won't have the ability to prevent doctors from performing medical procedures on their kids. I'm fully expecting within the next few weeks for him to put down executive orders making it illegal, like actually nationally illegal, to question a child's gender. Where this shit's going, telling people to how they can shop and stuff. It's like, dude. And then you know, the background information is knowing that this man's not even in charge. I mean, this man can't say a sentence without another institution walking back what he said. We see you for what you are, and like I said yesterday, it's not just the primaries, it's not just the midterms, it's every day. Every day. We need to be standing up for what America is supposed to be. It's not just at the voting box. They're launching their information campaign on the daily, and we see it. And the counter narrative to their bullshit is common sense. So, let me check the time. All right, we've got about 6 minutes left. I'm going to go on over and check out 45-1 and see if he is operational yet. I imagine he's probably going into his pre whatever you call it. So while he's doing that, okay, he is coming up in 5 minutes. I'd like to point out that we do have... Are there any new people? Guys, Are you guys noticing any new people in the chats these days?
I've noticed one or two popping
Well,
in.
all right. New people in the chats, let me show you something. If you want to hang out at a 24/7 stream and you've never been to the pond before, check out this. This is Pastor Chatelet. Did I put the right one in? I think I did, yes. For some reason, Odysee isn't working correctly. The chat's not coming up. But for you new people and stuff, if you want to like hop into the pond, feel free to do so. I'm sure you can find a home in the pond. For an alternate site, if you'd like to go hang out with American citizen Reverend Rant, by all means, you can like go and hang out at the Patriot Hangout. There is also, let's see, we've got King of Casual is going to be live in one day with, is this his fourth? Oh, it's his Beach Dub Revolution Halloween special. So be wary of that coming up. You know what? I'm going to drop his link too.
I just want us to take a quick second to say, Goddess Love, I love you all. Thanks for being here, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you researched something, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Love you too, Callie. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great
I
weekend.
bless all of you and pray for all of you, and the same. Have a great weekend.
Alrighty, God bless. And let's see, DJ Brandrack looks like he's going live in about 5 hours, so we're gonna like bust this into the chat and then hit reverse one more time. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. I'm surprised I had the energy for it, considering that I've been up since 2 a.m. or whatever. Like I said during the pre-show, long hair and puppies is a nightmare. Wake up with a paw in your mouth, gagging on your own hair. That's how some Fridays start. I think that's about it. Savages? Well, you know what? Shit. He's not live until 2 minutes from now. Do we have anything left to like talk about? I'm sure we do. Let me look at one more thing. Biden economy. Mortgage rate hits a 2-decade high as house prices plunge. Remember that bubble from 2008 when it burst? I have this to say. Right now might be a good time to buy. I'm just saying. When I bought my house in 2008, I got it for a steal in Minneapolis. I sold it when the house prices went on a rise, made quite a nice profit on that property, bought a much better property out here in the country. It's something to consider. Get out of the rental. If you're in a rental situation, now might be the time to flip a house. Just saying. All right. Good morning, Atomic Blonde. And let's see, did you ever see your shout out from Kiki Green? Atomic, Axel and I spoke yesterday. We did discuss that. Thank you very much. Axe Truth might be joining us some morning. I don't know when, though. All right. I think that's it, guys. Happy Friday. Let's move on over to 45-1 Actual's Big Dick Energy Brigade radio show for Fun Friend Friday. I will supply the link in just a bit. We are going to close out now. God bless y'all. See you Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.